We are back. We are back. We are back, man. A lot of people anticipated this show. That's for sure.
Get that shit up!
Shut up, Peters. You ain't want no smoke, man. None of y'all did. I could smell the fear on y'all on the sideline. And I already knew how the day was gonna go. That's alright though, cause I'm on the air app and I'm matching with the best high school recruits. Alright? So we gonna fix this one way or the other. Alright, it's the fourth quarter. They give the handoff, right? I could make the tackle, but I'm scared, so I'm just gonna run alongside him, see if I can reason with him. Alright, doesn't work. Alright, we got Charles in position to make a play, but the fear is just bubbling over, he can't help himself. Just gonna put his head down, close his eyes, and hope for the best. It's like his mom on a date. Alright, they're on the goal line, they give the handoff. Alright, wait a second. Who's that in this guy? Davis? Alright, hey, everybody take a look at this. Alright, so I'm in the gap, I'm looking right at the running back, right? But I'm scared to death. It's gonna tuck my tail, piss down my leg, and just move out the gap and go get blocked. So Davis, we're all trying to figure out what's going on. Tell us what happened.
I lost him in the hole.
Man, that's some BS. I'll believe your mama if she said that. Got a goddamn bat cave.
Line up in front of us.
Bow, bow, pretty bitch, I'm tryna hit her with that bow, bow, bow. Can't catch me slipping, I'ma up it when I bow, bow, bow. And bitches dance, I throw them bands and make them dance, nigga.
What are you doing? Line up in front of us.
What's going on? We should have him in 1 second. You, Felix, you with us?
Yes, I am. What's up?
Uncle Felix is in the house. Let me just fix my speaker. There we go. You down in Florida, huh? Enjoying yourself?
Yes, sir. Loving the ocean air, the beautiful weather. Love it. You guys got some snow coming tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, snow. Actually, I was supposed to speak at the North Smithfield. This is the second time North Smithfield had to cancel their banquet. So I'm not sure, but yeah, they're calling on snow. Uncle Felix is sitting by the pool. Well, he was by the pool today.
Yep, just taking it easy.
Top coaches, man. We're going to go over it, Uncle Felix. A lot of coaches. What I did is I asked about 50 people, including yourself. I talked to some coaches, a lot of fans, and I asked them their opinion. In football, some gave me their top 3, some gave me their 1, some gave me their top 10. A lot of good coaches, Uncle Felix, in football right now.
Yes, there is. We're enjoying a nice uptick, I want to say, or a renaissance era here in Rhode Island football, because one thing I've noticed, with the Rhode Island ranked page, just from last year to this year, the amount of kids who are committing to not only college, but a lot of Division I colleges this year, it's got to be some kind of record, because normally, you see Hendrick, put a couple of kids and maybe a couple other schools, but it seems like a lot more kids this year.
No, and
that can all be credited obviously to the kids themselves, but also to their coaches.
Yeah, and that's a fact. And I'm seeing the 14U team, what behind the pads got going on. I seen what Breakthrough has going on. They were just in Vegas with some high school kids. They lost in the quarters by 1, but the team that they lost to also lost by 1 in the championship. And we got kids stacked all the way down to the 14U level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, a lot of talent. You know, you and me have been saying it for a couple of years now. We've always known the talent's been here. It's nice to finally see them, get that recognition though.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. You know, I know a lot of people want to get into this, but definitely take the time to share this. But let me get all my what I have over here. Let me get that set up. I guess we can go through the top 11. You know what? First, let me go over the honorable mentions because I did the top 11 and we did 4 honorable mentions. And like I said, I asked a lot of people throughout football, what they thought, and I kept a tally and a vote. But honorable mentions, we have the Portsmouth coach, Coach Almeida. And I think, what he's doing up there is pretty incredible. Them being so far away is maybe the private school stays away from their good players. Do you think that is a good honorable mention, Coach?
Yeah, it's tough to see. I'm not sure. I probably would have had him in my top 10. They have a very excellent program there. He, year in and year out, they're very competitive. He's actually got a couple of girls there. I think he got like 3 girls on the team this year. And there was a nice article I read about them, something about girl power. And, it's cool because, I don't mind seeing girls play football, especially when it's not like just for show or for publicity. Like if you're playing for the love of the game, by all means enjoy yourselves. And by reading that article, and you actually saw an interview on TV with those girls, you could tell they're really playing for the love of the game. And kudos to Coach Almeida for making them feel welcome and and letting them pursue their dream of playing high school football.
Wes Pennington is another one. A couple good seasons in North Smithfield. He comes over here to West Warwick in a rebuilding phase right now. And I think he is a worthy honorable mention.
Yeah. He's another one I would definitely have in my top 10. I mean, we can't overlook or say enough of what he did with that program over there in North Smithfield. I mean, those guys, I coached there with him for years. And, before he got there, those guys were the doormat of football in Rhode Island. And he turned that whole culture around. I remember when I joined him on the staff, I believe it was 2010. And that was the first year they made the playoffs in school history. Competitive year in, year out. Like I said, change the back-to-back championship there. And for the success he had there, because obviously, he moved on now. He's over at West Warwick. And, because of the success he had, they got bumped up to Division III. And, North Smithfield is a Division IV school. It's a tiny school. They don't have much enrollment. So it's great to see them, move up and be rewarded for their great play. But at the same time, they're almost being punished now because they don't have the numbers to sustain in Division III, if you ask me.
Well, it's a fact. You get punished for winning, especially in this league. Somebody else that was mentioned was Coach Achado over in Johnston as an honorable mention, and as well as Coach Cook. And basically, let me let everyone know, like I said earlier, these are done. I asked everybody and basically kept a vote. And I guess if we're talking career-wise, maybe we can have a different conversation. But Coach Achado been around a long time. Went to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago in Division III. And Coach Cook just winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah, Achado there does great things over there in Johnston. They've had an exciting offense for the past few years. Their receiver there, I can't think of his name right now. He made national news. With
his name's Achado also.
His son.
Yeah, doing the backflips.
Yeah, doing all those backflips. He made national news with that play, which was
The
pretty cool
news
to
said
see.
it stunned the
It's always.
defense. And I was like,
I'm
not
sorry.
really. The news said that play stunned the defense and they were able to do a QB sneak. And I was like, not really sure about that. Look, I knew Coach Blake was going to chime into that one. It's not like no one's seen it before, but it was a pretty spectacular play. Look, he said, let's not bring that up. That's a fact. Shout out to Coach Blake, doing good things at his program. But Coach Blake was the opposing coach that the backflip was done to.
Yeah, you're breaking up on me right now.
Oh, all right. Sorry about that. Let me try to get that fixed. All right. So is that better? No. It must be Felix that was losing connection. But we'll get into the. Let me know if everyone can hear me. Just put it in the comment section. But let me get over here. Nah, that's a fact. Shout out Coach Blake and what he has doing. All right, Uncle Felix is tapping back in. We're gonna get him back in here. There we are, Uncle Felix. You back?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's get into it. The top. Let me get this over here. I don't have my regular mouse with me, but let me see what this is. Yep, we're gonna get to this right now. Number 11, Coach Fulton over at EWG. Came in 3 years ago, took over a program that was like 1-8 and hasn't won in a long time. And, built the team up, almost made the playoffs. Second year, he advanced up another round in the Super Bowl this year. A lot of people, he started out strong and then he floated to the, around the top 11 spot.
Yep, no, great pick. Unfortunately, obviously, it's unfortunate to see what happened to him there, but he definitely turned around that program. So he deserves that spot there. Hopefully, EWG figures it out and does what's right for the kids going forward. From what I heard him say on your show, and from what I'm hearing around the league, it seems like a unfortunate mistake on the part of EWG, but I'm sure Coach Fortin will land on his feet somewhere in Rhode Island football.
Well, Coach Fulton is now the defensive coordinator at Pontigansett, for those that didn't know.
Oh, there you go.
Didn't
So
take him long.
Pontigansett just got better.
Pontigansett, an hour after Coach Fulton got let go, Pontigansett was Coach Fulton said they were very aggressive.
Yeah, and I know we've talked about it before. Good coaching is tough to come by. So for EWG to have one, on their on their team, and to literally throw that away, shame on them.
Yeah, that's a fact. Our next coach won 2 Super Bowls before he was 30 years old. Who is that?
Oh, that's my man from one socket, Coach B.
Coach Charlie Beeble, man. Came in strong. Couple back-to-back Super Bowls and a tough Division II. That Division II that season, them couple of seasons, was so strong. Coach Dunbar was down at Coventry at the time. You had Coach Ferraro in Burrillville. He was playing very good. EG was playing good. Lincoln was playing good. Like, who was not playing good in that Division II, that 2018, 2019 year? So I think Coach B-Ball, it's to be inside the top 10. I think it's a good reward. He even got the number 10 shirt on.
He's a great pick, great coach. He does a lot for those kids on and off the football field. He had I recently saw him. He was at a banquet in for one of his players there who played, I believe, for Worcester State. Who
Yep, Uncle Felix is down in Florida, so he might cut in and out. But yeah, right, he has that player from Worcester State, and I think Charlie and Eddie are always putting up his stats. Yeah, I think the kid you're talking about, Coach Charlie and Eddie, are always putting up his stats. Coach Blake said also they started 0-4 and won the Super Bowl that season as well. So
Yeah, I remember they started off slow. I guess what it was, they had a lot of injuries, and then everybody came back as soon as they were healthy. They were unbeatable.
number 9, someone that I was surprised came so far up. I thought he would have been a little more down. LaSalle, Jeff Marcone.
Jeff Marcone, good football coach. Unfortunately for Jeff, they they got to deal with Hendricken. You know what I mean? For all the bad press or um, the hate that Hendricken gets, you can't deny that they deliver. And it's one thing I always bring up is people always pick on Hendricken for private school. They get this, they get that. But hey, so is LaSalle. But LaSalle, unfortunately, is not delivering.
Coach B Ball just tapping in. Yeah, no, they just can't seem to be able to get it done. Hendricken is always seems to be getting in their way. Congratulations, Coach B Ball, top 10, my dude. He just
Cooper
tapped
Cup.
in, so I wanted to. Yes, yeah, he's a big Rams fan. He must be happy to get Liam Cohen now, a Rhode Island guy, as the offensive coordinator over there in the
That's
Rams.
right. That's right. Didn't Coach B, wasn't he on video throwing a pass or something to
Yes, he
was it to
was. I
Cooper
should
Cup?
have uploaded it. Yeah, and yeah, he threw the pass, he autographed it, and threw it back. So to be a Rams fan and to be able to be there must have been a long time dream.
Yeah, just tell Coach B he's probably gonna have to wait another 20 years though.
Oh, that's a dig. He can hear you. So we'll get on to number 8, man. Yep. Who better than Blizzy Blake, right? I mean, you've got to keep him in the top 10. I mean, he done very good. Been in the Super Bowl back to back, I believe. A lot of success over there in Pilgrim. Real diehard football coach.
They play good football there. They put up good points. You know what I mean? Fun football. This year I saw their quarterback throwing the ball all over the place. I had a lot of highlights on my Royal Line Rank page from the Pilgrim football team. You know what I mean? Good football, exciting football. Can't beat that.
Yeah, Connor Winmer, top 3 a couple times.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he put up a lot of nice numbers.
Number 7, up there in Barville, Coach Ferraro. Very rewarding coach. Tough Division 2.
Yeah, there's another team that you see being punished for their success, basically, because Burrillville's not a big school at all, and um, and they've climbed all the way up to Division 1 because of the success of their program. You know what I mean? And you can credit that. They have a great youth football program, obviously great athletes, and obviously great coaching. So yeah, he's definitely belongs in that top 10.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. Connor Winmer, the Golden Dozen. I actually seen Connor out in Vegas. I didn't see him, but I seen him on some film. He was part of the Breakthrough family, another Breakthrough alumni. So salute to Connor and everything he has going on. Coach Blessing, man, Narragansett struggled for a few seasons before Coach Blessing comes in. He comes in not only back-to-back passing league titles, back-to-back Super Bowl titles.
Yeah, I mean they put a ton of points up this year, and they have to be up there for some kind of record or close to it, because every time I looked at that scoreboard, they were consistently 40, 50 points scoring. They had some exciting players. D1 player in Ryder Fry, right? I think he committed to Bryant, I want to say, and Nick Nunez. He'll be joining our good buddy there at UMass Dartmouth at corner. they had a lot of weapons, and they were definitely exciting to watch. They were all over again. My Rhode Island ranked page, scoring all sorts of points. So he's definitely doing a great job there in Narragansett. They won their division, I believe, 2 years in a row. He's won now, right?
Yeah, exactly. Back
They
to
moved up.
back. No, he
Yeah.
won division. Well, he won 4,
He won 4. That's
and
right.
now he
And
came back
then
and
they
won
moved up
3.
to 3, and they won again. You know what I mean? They never belonged in 4, to be honest.
No, they
Oh,
didn't.
Yeah, but at least they showed they could, win it in Division 3.
It seems like 2 teams didn't belong in 4 back to back. Pownell didn't belong in 4 this year, and then Narragansett last season.
That was one of the biggest crimes in Rhode Island football this year. That Narragansett was in Division 4. I mean, that was awful.
He said that was a crime. He said Blake Simpson, I wouldn't have even ranked him. He stinks. Yeah, but Coach Eddie, the check cleared, so we had to put him up there. Weston needs to coach at SK. He teaches there. Hey, might not be so far fetched, but Blessing, a lifelong Narragansett guy. Blake said they had the total package this year. Great line, running backs, quarterbacks, 2-3 solid receivers. Yeah, they actually did too.
Yeah, the quarterback put up some great numbers. They were well rounded, that's for sure. They were limiting teams to points, and they were putting up a ton of points.
Now, here's where I think it kind of gets a little tough when we're coming inside the top 5, narrowing it down. I mean, it got really, really tough. Like, everybody was so close. But we had to figure out some kind of check the boxes thing. But Coach Dempsey up there at NK, he's been in the program a long time. He takes over for Gil Martin. What do you think about Coach Dempsey?
I mean, NK has been. I think he's a great coach. NK has been awesome these past few years. Because Rhode Island football is always messing around with the formula over there in Division 1, NK actually got screwed 2 years in a row where they probably should have played for a state title. And, because the way they did the formula, they got screwed. They were clearly at least the number 2 team in the state for those 2 years, but didn't get a shot at Hendricken just because, again, the way they lined up. And they won it all in won the Division 1 title by knocking off Central. Some people saw that as an upset, but I actually had NK winning that game. They're a very well coached team. Their passing game is ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's like next level football. Well coached. They're never, the kids, they're never out of a game because of their coaching and because those kids just don't give up. I mean, well played. I mean, in my opinion, if you look at the past, 3-4 years, NK's actually given Hendricken more of a run than LaSalle has.
Yeah, that's a fact. NK Coach Blessing. I mean, Coach Dempsey has definitely been doing his thing since taking over the program. So salute to him. And I'm sure it's not over for them yet.
No.
Let me get on to the next one, man. Number 4, Stanley Dunbar, man. Westerly Bulldogs. Comes from Coventry High School. Definitely well deserving to be inside the top 5.
He's done a great job over there at Westerly. And the funny thing with what he has done at Westerly, which I hear a lot about, is they actually throw the ball. You know what I mean? It's people found it funny that I had a Westerly quarterback make my top 3 quarterbacks. I think he made it a couple of times this year. I believe his name is Lance. I can't think of
Lance Williams.
Lance Williams. And he had a couple of big games this year throwing the ball. And obviously he had a great receiver there in Luke Marley, who also, committed to Bryant University to football there. You know what I mean? So they did their thing. They played tough, exciting football over there in Westerly. And, I believe there'll be a state championship in their near future.
If you think about it, the only two teams that beat them were the state championship teams, Classical as well as St. Ray's. Zach Tuck, Lance Williams, very deserving. Everything he's got going on besides high school football and breakthrough. I mean, definitely well
Yeah,
deserving.
no,
football.
he gets a lot of love from these kids in Rhode Island, football throughout the state, not just in Westerly. A lot of people credit him for the way they played.
Our next one was a tough one, Mikey Washington, Central High School.
Mike Washington, yeah, not tough for me. He's definitely would be in my top 3, and he's brand new to this, but he got those kids to play. Their best game by far. They actually lost, but what a game when they brought Hendricken all the way down, literally to the wire. Those kids came to play. They're tough. They were like that all year round. Who else can say that they lost their starting quarterback, whatever, halfway through the season, and he still got those kids to the Division I state championship game. So yeah, he's definitely deserved to be in the top 3.
What was it? The SK game, I think he loses his starting quarterback, so yeah, and to be able to stay with it. A lot of teams lose their quarterback, they fall apart.
Yeah, no, they did not. They rallied and they kept it together, and made a run and fell short in the state championship game, or the Division I championship game, I should say.
The next one was Coach Mccall, and this was a tough one too, especially when between Mike Washington and Coach Mccall. But having the Gatorade Player of the Year 2 years in a row, sending kids to Brown URI with full rides, and even though I think Coach Mccall is on an island by himself at times, you got to kind of respect for what he does.
I definitely respect what he does, especially with those kids, and putting them into great pro. He sent some kids to Duke, Rutgers, obviously URI, Brown. He sends them all over, and he does a lot for them, recruiting wise. And kudos to him. But at the end of the day, that's what it's all about: getting these kids to play football at the next level. And they pulled off the big upset this year. I mean, who didn't have St. Ray's winning Division II this year? You know what I mean? And they came through and pulled off the upset.
No, you're absolutely right. This next one, I mean, it's my own list. This next one had me a little upset, right? Shout out to Keith Croft, but Keith Croft pretty much ends up pulling through late, coming out big. 12 out of 11. I mean, you kind of got to give it to him. 12 out of 11 championships. All right. All the rumors. You know the business card holders and the helmets, the red carpets. Nah, I'm just kidding. But salute to Coach Croft, man.
Yeah. Listen, rumors are rumors, and he delivers, plain and simple. I mean, people are gonna hate. Success, like I always say, breeds contempt. But the guy delivers at the end of the day, and it's not as easy as everybody thinks. Granted, they get the horses there, that's for sure. But there's also a lot of egos there. You know what I mean? Because kids, Hendricken has earned that reputation. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, they recruit," but they really don't need to, because they've earned that reputation to where if you're serious about playing football and getting to that next level, you're just gonna want to go there. I know that was the case for me and my kids. We fell in love with the school itself before the football program took off. I mean, I know my wife and I, when the kids were born, we said we're going to send them to Hendricken. This was before they became, a football powerhouse. So when they got there, it was just, cream on the crop. Icing on the cake. But they've earned that reputation to where they attract kids from all over because of the great program that they have. And something else I've noticed going on with recruiting visits with my kids is that all these coaches are well aware of Hendricken's football program and their legacy of winning games. And these coaches, they want that to be part of their program. So kudos to him. It's one thing to have those advantages and not deliver, as we see what's going on at LaSalle. But he's delivering, and you know that against him.
Yeah, shout out to Keith Croft and everything he has going on. I heard the NBA might use a new basketball. I want to show it to you real quick.
Oh my goodness. Every GM needs that.
Oh, that's the play of the night so far for Miami.
Wade, alley-oop to James! There's the exclamation point. Alley-oop to James! Another.
Shout out my guy Eric. You know what I mean? I gotta give him props though. As much as I be taking shots at that dude, he don't block me. He stands up like a bigger man than a lot of people I thought would. So salute to Eric Rube, man.
He's a clown in my book. I can't stand
No,
him.
he's a clown, but at least he stands up and he don't run from you. He don't hide. I mean,
maybe with you, I guess, but with me, it's a different story. Like
facts.
He's just an ass. I can't.
I'm just glad he don't block me. But that's the only thing I'm saying is Eric will stand on his square and take his beating, and other people just refuse to. They want to unfriend you and do all that stupid stuff. But I think it was a pretty decent top 10, top 11 list with the 4 honorable mentions. Great
job.
And some people that was on the bubble was Sandy Gorman, Coach Malinsky, Dino Camp.
Mm-hmm.
All people that was worthy of getting the attention, and some people that at least got votes was Coach Cabral, Juanita Sanchez, Derek D'Souza, Coach Sasso, Coach Lemer, Coach Goodhart. Them guys got at least one vote. So,
this was awesome. Kudos to you too for even putting this together. It's great to hopefully these coaches will be more competitive. When they see things like this, because we seem to kind of forget about the coaching. We see an all-state team all the time for football. We see, kids always getting recognized for stuff. We don't see much recognition going out to the coaches. So, great job in doing that.
And when this was brought to my attention, I was like, it's a good idea. I started putting it together fast, and I said, you know what, let me take a week or so, get more input, ask more people, and salute to all these coaches. We got some great coaches in the state, and I think it's only going to get better. I mean, look at this dude who is on fire like Blizzy Blake. Look, he even got the chain.
Can we give him the award for the best dressed coach?
I mean, we have to. I actually had a video that go with that. I'll actually share it. That was made last year for the Narragansett game, but it didn't go the way it was supposed to. When Blake came on, when he won, he was going to I was going to play that, but he didn't win that game, and so it got kind of put on the shelf. And I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna put that video up, but I really didn't have time. Best dressed, Michael Washington. I got to give him that. Michael Washington be out there on the sideline looking like, yo, he's all with it. But yeah,
Mike
definitely.
I think he has a huge age advantage when it comes to fashion.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. I don't know what happened to my camera, but yeah, Mike Washington began. He's with the yellow, all matching. Felix, it's always been real. I really appreciate it. How much longer you in Florida for?
I will be here till next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, man. Definitely enjoy yourself. I hope everybody
hoping to OD on some sun and ocean air.
You've been at the poolside quite a lot.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, as soon as I'm done here, I'm headed back there.
You're going back. Every time I heard from you this week, you have been at the pool. I mean, anybody on this list that should have been that I didn't have on this list, Felix?
Not that
I know you thought Wes Pennington should have been inside the top 11, and I think his time would definitely. I think another good year in West Warwick, he'll be on next season's list.
Yeah, no, everybody was mentioned that I think should have got mentioned, unless I'm forgetting somebody. But off the top of my head, no, it was a good list. And you know what, though? You're never going to make everybody happy anyway. You know what I mean? So
No, that's what I said.
the only person that's going to be really happy, I guess, is Coach Cross because he got number one. But
You got number one.
Everybody else is going to be a little upset, I'm sure.
And I was a little salty about that.
Really?
I was a little because because I'm one of them guys that say you got to take a couple points away because of the unfair advantage. But hey, I got to say,
delivers.
I wanted to keep it honestly. So
yeah, we can't deny the guy delivers.
The guy definitely delivers. I mean, I don't know why I'm talking about Croft and Marcone's up here, but
yeah, and like I said, where he doesn't get enough credit is handling all those egos. You know what I mean? Because all those kids go there, to play football. And one thing you're not going to do when you go to Hendricken is lead the league in rushing. Let's just say, because there's going to be about 10 other running backs that are all going to eat at your carries. They're never going to have that kid there who gets the ball 20, 30 times a game like you see in other programs.
Now, your son Shine was a big contributor there, and he maxed out, maybe 10 carries a game?
Yeah, if you can get 10 carries a game there, that's saying something. Just because if you break it down, there's probably on average about 50, 55 plays a game that you're going to get on offense. So if you're getting 10 carries, you got to look at it. That's 20% of the offensive plays, and with all the weapons that you're going to see at Hendricken, which is why they're so good because they're very balanced. They're going to have receivers, they're going to have quarterbacks, they're going to have running backs. They get to spread the wealth around.
Big shout out to Kyle Green. He came on the other day. Kyle Green talked about going from EG to Hendricken, walking on to a D1 school in URI, and then he said a time of his life got very dark. He put himself in the transfer portal. He goes over to Cortland, but he said that there was a good chance that he wouldn't be here today. His life got so dark. So definitely check that podcast out. It was a very strong podcast with Kyle Green. He's over there at Cortland doing his thing. He said All-American this season. So salute to Kyle Green.
They had a great season this year. They went undefeated.
Yeah, I mean, I love everything what Kyle Green does, what he represents. Good, solid kid. So salute to him. I'm glad he made time to come talk about walk-ons, the benefit, the not benefit. And he also talked about the transfer portal a lot, which a lot of kids are going in the transfer portal and getting stuck in there. So that's the dangerous part about going into that transfer portal because you can get stuck in there.
Yep.
So have somebody at least, have some place in mind that you want to go. But that's about it. Definitely check out that. All right, Uncle Felix, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you, Mikey. God bless.
All right, you as well.
Get that shit up! Shut up, Peters. You ain't want no smoke, man. None of y'all did. I can smell the fear on y'all on the sideline. And I already knew how the day was going to go. That's all right, though, because I'm on the air app and I'm matching with the best high school recruits. All right? So we're going to fix this one way or the other. All right? It's the fourth quarter. They give the handoff, right? I could make the tackle, but, I'm scared, so I'm just going to run alongside him, see if I can reason with him. All right? Doesn't work. All right? We got Charles in position to make a play, but, the fear is just bubbling over. He can't help himself. Just going to put his head down, close his eyes, and hope for the best. It's like his mom on a date. All right? They're on the goal line. They give the handoff. All right? Wait a second. Who's that in this guy? Davis? All right, hey, everybody take a look at this. All right, so I'm in the gap. I'm looking right at the running back, right? But I'm scared to death. It's gonna tuck my tail, piss down my leg, and just move out the gap and go get blocked. I mean, so
Line up in front of us.
Bow, bow, pretty bitch, I'm tryna hit her with that bow, bow, bow. Can't catch me slipping, I'ma up it when I bow, bow, bow. And bitches dance, I throw them bands and make them dance, nigga.
Get ready, it's coming. You hunting or you running? Get ready. It's coming.
Looking to throw. Avila Santos catches. Caught. They flip it to a lineman who's in.
You nervous
nervous with butterflies in your stomach. Don't try to intimidate me, you couldn't scare me with lip. I'm spontaneous, smart, dangerous, fancy and quick. My trainer told me to work, he ain't prepared me to quit. I'm the only captain who's sailing this championship.